Back here at Raymond James Stadium, we're joined now by the third member of our crew, Chip Carter, with the Buccaneers head coach.
Thanks a lot, Kurt. I guess, Coach, the big question, the only question, do you feel you have to run the table, win the next 4 games to lock up a playoff spot?
Well, we don't know, but that's the safe way to do it. We think if we win them all, we'll be in there, and that's the approach we're taking.
All right, let's toss it back upstairs to Kurt.
Thanks a lot, Chip and Tony. You take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. The only team that knows what they're doing so far, the Minnesota Vikings, who, of course, with that win on Thursday night, already clinched a playoff spot. Everybody else just trying to solidify their position as we go into the final month of the season.
8 teams right there, Kurt. 6 are going to make it. And really, Tony said it best. I mean, why leave it up to anybody else? You have the cards in your hands. You go and win out, you'll be in the playoffs.
That's 8 teams in the NFC with a record of 7-5 or better.
It could be a year this year where 10 wins might not get you to the playoffs, and that hasn't happened since 1991.
Philadelphia and San Francisco each went 10-6 that year, did not make the playoffs. Tony Dungy hoping that he gets more than 10 wins, sitting at 7 right now with 4 left to play. Of course, the weather here in Tampa, as usual this time of year, absolutely perfect. Mid-60s, overcast skies, and a slight breeze out of the north. Of course, Larry Allen told us this is Larry Allen weather.
Well, Larry Allen said, you know, give it about 65, 70 degrees and on grass, and that'd be Larry Allen conditions. Well, this is the first clouds we've seen here in 3 days down here in Tampa.
The Dallas Cowboys have won the toss. So they will begin first. There's Allen.
Just blew out a little water right there, rinsed it all out, ready to go.
He's definitely ready. Yeah. Dave Campo in his first season as the Cowboys head coach, just the 5th head coach in Dallas Cowboys history.
See a lot of Larry Allen today because where Larry Allen goes, Emmitt Smith follows.
Martin Gramatica set to kick off to the Cowboys. Jason Tucker, number 87, and Kareem Larimore, the deep men.
It's like college down here, Kurt. I mean, everybody's on their feet here for this kickoff, and, man, they can't wait. They want to be here for the Super Bowl at the end of January, and they know they still have a shot. It was fading a 4-game losing streak this year, but they're in the team that plays well in December.
And Jason Tucker bobbles the football. Can't get it, and the Buccaneers have fallen on it. Opening kickoff, Jason Tucker with the fumble. Bucks recover at the 10.
Bobbled kickoff, but that's the speed of Tampa Bay on special teams, Kurt, showing up on the opening kickoff.
Dexter Jackson with the recovery.
Boy, Dexter Jackson has been playing excellent on special teams the last few weeks. In fact, Tony Dungy said, single him out. Jason Tucker right here was way too cavalier. You need to follow that football right there as Kareem Larimore was in his way. Didn't realize what he had done. Here's Kareem Larimore here. He's going to get in his way as Tucker goes back for the football. And that's Rabi Abdullah right there, 27, who knocked him off the ball.
Bucks began first and 10 from the 10. Keyshawn lost it to the end zone towards Keyshawn Johnson. Pass ball's incomplete.
Jason Tucker, he gets a run on it. Looked like he just momentarily took his eyes off it and hit the shoulder pads. Dallas is a team right now that cannot overcome early mistakes in a football game. Just do not have the firepower if Tampa Bay jumps on them early.
And it's definitely what you don't want to do against this Tampa Bay team, second in the NFL in scoring off their opponent's turnovers. And from the 10-yard line, they have trouble getting in the right personnel, so Tampa Bay forced to call the timeout. 17 seconds of action, and it's been a lot of action so far with scoreless in Tampa.
Free to move about the country.
Escape to a better place. Sony Vega.
Introducing our classic Subway steak and cheese sandwich with new Southwest sauce. It's one of 4 unique sauces at Subway. Come and get them. Subway. Eat fresh.
Seville STS. The power of and, the fusion of design and technology. Cadillac.
Fox NFL Sunday. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of the Super Bowl.
There's the fumble recovery, opening kickoff. Dexter Jackson, second on his team in special team tackles, gets an early Christmas gift. Not underneath the tree, but at the 10-yard line in Tampa Bay in great scoring position as a result.
That'd certainly put you in a jolly mood, wouldn't it?
Oh, you know, Christmas shopping days have begun here, Kurt. Thanksgiving last week, and a lot to be thankful for right there. Here's what Tampa Bay has done in the red zone. They've gone from 31st to 1st this year.
From last to best, and they've got it second and goal from the 10-yard line. Sean King, the quarterback, working out of the shotgun. 4 receivers in. Decides to pull it down, and he goes down at the 8-yard line. Brandon Noble on the tackle.
He was looking at Keyshawn all the way, who was in the slot that time, and Sean King, the last thing he wants to do is turn the football over, so he has to be real sure. Here's Sean, and Keyshawn just going to take it right into the belly of this defense, and they really bracket him with 3 guys that time for Sean King to bring the ball right down.
Keyshawn out at the bottom of the screen to Sean King's left. They send Warwick Dunn out in motion. Empty backfield on 3rd and goal from the 8. King on the draw play. Stopped. Hit immediately. Greg Ellis with the tackle. They're going to lose a couple of yards all the way back to the 13-yard line. And so they blow an opportunity on 1st and goal from the 10 after the turnover.
I tell you what, this is horrendous. Sean right here doesn't know where to go with the football. I mean, there's no need. That's not a designed draw right there. No need to take it in there. They've got a man just sitting on him right in the middle. That time, Greg Ellis coming into the middle as a quarterback spy.
Gets the sack, so forces Martin Gramatica to kick a field goal from 28 yards away. The turnover by Dallas turns into 3 points from the Buccaneers, who missed an opportunity for more. So Tony Dungy's crew takes the turnover from the Jason Tucker fumble on the opening kickoff. Get a 28-yard kick from Martin Gramatica, who's hit 15 consecutive field goals now, 1 away from the Tampa Bay record. They own a 3-0 lead early in the 1st quarter. Cowboy coach Dave Campo, his team 4-8, but they've lost 2 games in overtime and won by 1 point.
And really, it's been the injuries this year. You lose your 2 starting safeties right now, your 2 starting defensive tackles, your 2 starting wide receivers, and they're just shorthanded. Plus, they haven't drafted well the last few years, so not a lot of depth at a lot of key positions right now.
Martin Gramatica with his 2nd kickoff of the game already. Jason Tucker, who fumbled the opening kick, back to receive.
Great kickoff.
They just whip it right through the end zone. Cowboys going to take over at the 20-yard line after the touchback. Troy Aikman, the Dallas quarterback, has missed a lot of time this year with injuries, but the last couple of weeks has really played well. Up front for him, you talk about that offensive line. Foley, you say playing the best as anybody in the league. In the backfield, of course, Emmitt Smith, coming back from that concussion he had last week, says he is 100% practice all week long and says he feels fine. And looking forward to this game back here in his home state of Florida.
He's got a big fanfare coming down from Pensacola today. He was entertaining him in the hotel last night. It's fun for him to come back to Florida, a place where he had a lot of high school and college success.
He gets the first carry of the game, springs it outside. And Emmett with a nice pickup of about 8 yards, brought down by Damian Robinson. The front four for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as formidable as any front four in the league. So it'll be a nice matchup to see them against that Cowboys offensive line. The NFC Defensive Player of the Month for November, Derek Brooks, is one of the linebackers. And in the defensive backfield, Barber and Abraham, the corners, Robinson and Lynch, the two safeties. After the 8-yard gain, it's 2nd and 2 from the 28. Wayne McGarity goes in motion. Quick pass. Flare out to James McKnight. McKnight gets the first down for the Cowboys, a gain of 7.
Really a big matchup here today. Isn't an individual matchup. It's really a matchup of style. It's the power and the inside power of the Dallas Cowboys versus the speed and the movement of the Tampa Bay Bucks. And really, it was an old adage that you can't hit what you can't move, Kurt. And right now, guys like Larry Allen and Flozell Adams, they're going to see Warren Sapp here, and then he's going to move there. You're going to see Anthony McFarland there, and then he's going to move here. They're going to be moving in front of him the whole time.
Emmitt Smith with the handoff on first down. Fights his way for a pickup of 4. Rondé Barber and Warren Sapp with the tackle.
Well, one matchup we're going to see all day today, and one guy we're going to focus on is right here, Larry Allen, who's the most dominant offensive lineman in the game, and maybe the game that anybody's ever seen. Just on an inside trap right here, and he gets a shot on Jamie Duncan, and usually every time Larry Allen hits somebody, they move. I mean, just an earth mover in there, and wherever Larry goes, that's generally where Emmitt Smith is going to go.
2nd and 6. They do the end around, not fooled at all. Wayne McGarity caught right away by Warren Sapp, gained maybe a yard on the play.
That's the team speed right there. The Cowboys really didn't have a good handoff in the backfield here, and they had a kind of stutter step, and it allowed this Tampa Bay defense to recover. Jamie Duncan on the run-through along with Derek Brooks sees it all the way. He turns it inside, and if you're going to miss a tackle, make sure you miss it so that there's help coming from the other direction. One thing the Buccaneers understand in their tackling is you miss to where your help is coming.
On third down, Emmitt Smith out of the game. Chris Warren now in, and he's in the slot at the bottom of the screen. They've got to get the 45 for the first. Quick pass to Warren, incomplete.
Boy, got rid of that ball quickly.
Felt the rush from the Buccaneers coming. Rondé Barber on the blitz.
Oh, it's funny. Right there, Warren Sapp actually dropped into coverage. Didn't rush that time. They brought pressure to Troy Aikman's front side and forced him to throw it quicker than he wanted to, and then the drop pass results in the Cowboys' first punt attempt.
Carl Williams, the NFC Special Teams Player of the Week, back to receive the punt from Micah Noor. Noor back after missing 2 weeks with a broken leg. Hairline fracture in his kicking leg.
They're showing a punt look here, a punt block look.
Noor with a high, booming kick. Williams takes it at the 16, makes a couple of moves. Out to the 30-yard line. Nice return of 14 yards after the 47-yard punt by Noor.
Night.
Provides no ambient illumination.
It's scary.
Yet objects give off energy in the form of heat.
It would be amazing if you could see what's out there.
DeVille DTS thermal detection system with a head-up display projects images of the road ahead.
Beyond the range of your headlamps.
The DeVille DTS, the world's first car available with night vision. The power of and, the fusion of design and technology. Cadillac.
What if you cause a serious accident? How much coverage should you have? Do you want lower premiums or a smaller deductible? What about rental car reimbursement? Some people say they can put a policy together in 15 minutes. I've never thought doing it fast was as important as getting it right. You're in good hands with Allstate. Mine.
Your business depends on inventory that arrives right on time. Too early, it costs you money. Too late, it costs you customers. You can use the internet to make sure your inventory arrives exactly when you need it, and each customer gets their order exactly when they want it. Discover all that's possible on the internet. Cisco Systems, empowering the internet generation.
Tuesday on Fox, it's music's biggest night, the 2000 Billboard Music Awards, with performances by Ricky Martin, Creed, Faith Hill, Three Doors Down, Destiny's Child, Mystical, NSYNC, and Dixie Chicks. Check out the stars who top the charts all year long on the 2000 Billboard Music Awards, live Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
The Buccaneers begin their second possession of the ball game from their own 30-yard line, leading at 3-0. The tight end Dave Moore switches sides. Hand off, Warwick Dunn. He's got running room and into the open field.
There's the speed, Kurt.
He is gone. Warwick Dunn with the 70-yard touchdown run.
That's the home run that Warwick Dunn can get you when he's your feature back. And for 2 weeks in a row now, 3 touchdown runs. Last week a 39-yarder. Today his first carry, 70 yards and out the back door. And that's the team speed we mentioned at the beginning of this game.
The longest run from scrimmage all season for the Buccaneers, 70 yards. And just like that, they're on top 9-0 pending the extra point from Grammatica. High snap, but Mark Royals gets it down and Grammatica gets it through.
It's just going to be a stretch play to the left. He's going to be running right behind McDaniel here and Pearson along with Dave Moore on the left side. And he's going to just stutter step, and there's going to be a crease. And then it's going to be all speed, all Warwick Dunn here. There's a nice block right there by Pearson. Good block downfield, and now he just runs away from the safeties. Felipe Sparks from the other side, and Ryan McNeil aren't going to catch him. And Warwick Dunn has been begging for the opportunity to be the feature back since he's been here. And everybody said, well, you know, he's not big enough. He can't hold up. Well, that's a nice blocking scheme right there. That time they folded the center around Jeff Christie, around Randall McDaniel. Got a good angle block on Brandon Noble. But Dunn has been talking about being the feature back here for 3 years now, saying, I want this opportunity. Now he's getting it because of the injury to Mike Allstott. And nothing against Allstott. He's been a Pro Bowl performer here. But it is so difficult to get 2 running backs warmed up in the game, Kirk, and trying to get carries for both of them.
That has not been the case since Allstott's gone down. Dunn has been the man and certainly coming through. Had the 100-yard rushing performance last week against Buffalo. First back to do that this year. And obviously already has the big gain here against the Cowboys. 1 carry, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
Makes up for that awful first series they got after the kickoff, after the fumble on the kickoff.
Maybe they should have just handed it to Dunn to start with.
I think Royals would like to do that. That's probably the smallest guy in the field, too, as well, Kurt. I mean, there's not a whole lot to Warwick Dunn except what's beating inside that chest, which is a whole lot of heart. And the interesting thing about Dunn at about 170 pounds is he likes to run between the tackles. He's not afraid, and he's not shy of going into the traffic.
Another squib kick by Grammatica. Going to bounce short right at the 20. Jason Tucker takes it there. Brought down by Jeff Gooch. You saw the big run by Dunn. That's, I guess, just kind of picking up where he left off last week. He had 20 carries against Buffalo for 106 yards, but the big run was the touchdown run.
There's the first one.
Yeah, that was the first one. He had 2 touchdowns.
Here's the other one, right beyond the left side of the line like he was on this touchdown run. Right there behind McDaniel and Pearson. Did a nice job screening on the backside last week against Buffalo.
That one iced that game. Early here, it puts the Buccaneers up 10-0 on the Cowboys, who start from the 23-yard line. 2 tight ends in the game.
He's giving this Buccaneer defense a 10-point lead, and they're going to turn it loose right now.
Emmitt Smith. Caught at the line of scrimmage. Jamie Duncan on the tackle. Maybe give Emmitt a yard.
Well, the one weakness this Buccaneer defense has had this year, Kurt, though, is they're not as good against the run this year. And a couple of things have happened. Brad Culpepper was traded, and he went to Chicago. In a better player, but he's not as good against the run. And then secondly, I think this defense really wants to get to quarterbacks. And sometimes on the way to getting to quarterbacks, I think they let the run slip just a little bit. They're giving up about 4.3 yards to carry because they've been in the field a lot longer this year as well.
The pitch to Emmett. Tries to cut it back, but slips, loses his feet. Credit Chidi Ahanatu with the tackle after a gain of 3 more.
Talking to Warren Sapp about this defense, he said this is the best defense to play in this league for this reason, is that everybody has a gap. Every play you have a gap. And either you're in your gap or you're not in your gap. If you're not in it, everybody can see it. And when they're in their gaps right here, with their speed, there's not a whole lot of running lanes to go to. Sapp last week played all 82 defensive plays. Got to get a little drink of water on the Buffalo sidelines to refresh himself.
Cost him $2,500 in fines. Cowboys need the 33-yard line for the first down. Quick pass again. This one caught. James McKnight, penalty marker down. McKnight down at the 47-yard line for a gain of 20. Well, let's see what the flag's about. Dick Hantak, our referee.
Abraham was hanging on the back that time.
Pass interference called against the Buccaneers, so the 20-yard play will stand.
Pass interference. Defense, number 21. Penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down.
Donnie Abraham can call for the penalty.
Good pass protection that last time for Troy Ayton to get rid of the football. Just working on a quick slant against Abraham, and these corners will give you that slant now. But when you go inside there, be ready for Derek Brooks to take your head off, too.
First down from the 46-yard line. Aikman going up top. Pass intended for Jason Tucker, incomplete. Rondé Barber with the coverage.
Both these corners now play kind of soft, Kurt. They play a cover 2, and they play a lot of zone, and so they'll give you some underneath things, and they rely on their speed and their movement to react like they did that time. Rondé Barber coming up on a pass, not really well thrown by Troy, but he was there to make the play if it was.
Cowboys with 3 receivers in on 2nd and 10. Emmitt Smith dances his way through. Slung around. Knocked back by Damian Robinson, and Rondé Barber finally wraps him up for the tackle. And Emmett's going to lose a couple yards on that play. They drop him back at the 49.
Well, the seam gets created right here by Larry Allen, getting a seal block here on Warren Sapp this time. As they fold around the backside tackle, Flazell Adams gets a good block that time on Jamie Duncan, and there's the seam. And that's exactly what Buffalo did last week. I mean, all Dallas is doing is watching the game tape of what Buffalo did. They fold the backside there, and you got to hit the middle of that defense. Good blocking scheme that time allowed it to happen.
Cowboys need the Buccaneer 44 for the first down. Aikman. Incomplete. Pass broken up by Rondé Barber, intended for Wayne McGarity.
That's been the trouble with this Dallas Cowboy offense. They've moved the football through the last 3 weeks. They've had over 400 yards of offense against Cincinnati, and then last week as well against Minnesota, but they can't finish drives. That time, great coverage by Rondé Barber, who was covering McGarity out of the slot.
Nice job of getting his hand in there to break it up. Second punt of the afternoon for Micah Noor. Carl Williams, the deep man, to receive. Calls for the fair catch and makes it. Right at the 13-yard line. Buccaneers begin from there on top, 10-zip.
Introducing the all-new Silverado Heavy Duty. The most powerful heavy-duty pickup you can get. Silverado Heavy Duty. More truck from Chevy.
6 weeks before one of the biggest games of my life, I felt a strange pain in my chest. What my doctor found was my toughest opponent yet. 3 of my arteries were more than 90% blocked. After recovering from surgery, lowering my high cholesterol became more important than football. Later, I was fortunate enough to coach my team in the biggest game of the season.
That's the kind of play we need.
Along with a healthy diet and regular exercise, taking Zocor every day helped significantly lower my total cholesterol.
Zocor is a prescription medication and is not right for everyone, including women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant, or people with liver problems. Your doctor may do blood tests to check for liver problems, because serious side effects can result. Tell your doctor about any muscle pain or weakness you experience while on Zocor and about any medicines you are taking.
When diet and exercise are not enough, talk to your doctor about Zocor. Take care of yourself. It's your future. Be there.
Homer enters the computer age, but what will he do during those long internet downloads?
I've been sitting on the toilet all the live long day.
The Simpsons tonight on Fox.
You get very little argument around the league when you say Larry Allen of the Cowboys the best offensive lineman and Warren Sapp of the Bucs the best defensive lineman.
Well, here's the last play right here. Allen working on Sapp. He gets a little overextended, but Allen fishes them, and Allen's not a talker, and Sapp, well, he talks a little bit. Larry doesn't want any part of that noise right there.
I think Sapp hasn't met a verb he doesn't like.
All Larry likes to do is laugh. He likes to laugh after he inflicts some pain on the defender.
Warwick Dunn alone in the backfield. 2 tight ends in the game. First down from the 14. Sean King rolls out, intended for Keyshawn Johnson. Falls incomplete. King has had an up-and-down season, but he's been up really the last 5 games. That offensive line for the Buccaneers. At left tackle, Pete Pearson, who had the nice block on the 70-yard run, rotates with the former Cowboy George Hegeman. In the backfield, you saw Dunn making the big noise. Charles Kirby, now in his fullback, replacing Mike Allstott, who is out with an injury at least the rest of the regular season. 3 receivers in on 2nd and 10. King working out of the shotgun. All kinds of time, gets rid of it. Warwick Dunn out of the backfield, spins free. Fights his way for a short pickup of 2 yards. Charlie Williams with the tackle. Cowboys have been decimated by injuries so far this year. Looking at their defensive front, Greg Ellis is the only guy who's starting in the same position that he was supposed to be in. The linebackers, Coakley, Wortham, and Hambrick. And the defensive backfield, McNeil and Sparks, the corners, Reese and Greg Myers, the 2 safeties.
I think those injuries to the defensive personnel has been demoralizing to this football team. Losing Leon Lett and Hennings and Woodson out right now. Pepe Zellner practice this week takes its toll.
On 3rd down, Bucs need the 24 for the first. Sean King being pressured, gets rid of it. Ball caught by Warwick Dunn, who makes a couple of moves and gets the first down. All the way out to the 25-yard line for a gain of 9.
Well, no points for lack of artistic ability here from Sean King, but he stayed in there. He hung in there with the blitz right here from Dexter Coakley, who's going to put some pressure on Sean King. Warwick Dunn is asked to block the Pro Bowl linebacker. He slides off him. Now here comes King. Sean just, I don't know exactly what that was. It was sort of like a junior sky hook. Blindfolded, but he got it to Dunn.
First down from the 25. Warwick Dunn, the more traditional carry. Pushes the pile out to the 32-yard line. Another 7-yard pickup.
Really, this is the weakness right here. Dallas right in the middle. I mean, here's what they've been dealing with all year. The number of players. They've missed more games by starters than any other team in this league. And here's guys on the defensive line right here. Ekubon and Hennings. Right now, hurt along with Leon Lett. So when you look at that right there, that defensive line meeting room gets pretty quiet.
A lot of familiar faces not around at this time of the season. 2nd and short, Dunn. Boy, they just can't seem to wrap him up. Every time it looks like someone has him, he escapes. Picks up 2 more yards before Michael Myers makes the tackle.
One of the things Tampa Bay did in this offseason, everybody's well aware, is they picked up 2 Pro Bowler offensive linemen, Randall McDaniel and Jeff Christie. And what they give this offensive line is more athleticism. That last play, Jeff Christie, nice job of pulling out and getting on the middle linebacker Hambrick that time.
Dunn comes out of the ball game on 3rd and short. They need a yard on the play. Rabi Abdullah, now the tailback. He gets the handoff, and he stopped. Doesn't look like he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Alonzo Spellman caught him from behind to make the tackle. This is going to be close, depending on the spot.
Great penetration this time by the Dallas line. Brandon Noble's going to get into the backfield here, and Spellman's been coming from the other side. Here's Spellman from the outside. He wasn't blocked, and he closed really fast from that left end position.
Where they spotted it, no measurement needed. Short of the first down, Mark Royals on for his first punt of the afternoon. Wayne McGarity deep to receive for the Cowboys.
The team is just not good on 3rd and short. They really miss Mike Allstott in that situation.
McGarity looking into the sun, and he loses the football. Dexter Jackson down there to make the tackle right inside the 1-yard line.
And that's the second great special team play by Dexter Jackson, and that's the speed of this Buck team showing up.
The family has always put in the forefront to protect the quality and the standards set by Adolphus Bush.
The deep sense of pride that my grandfather taught me, that my father continues to teach me.
I think he would be very happy that the generations of his family have practiced what he taught us.
Get to Best Buy and get the gifts everyone looks forward to. Like a $400 Best Buy shopping spree when you sign up for 3 years of MSN Internet access. It's easy to switch to MSN. Try it today. Turn on the fun. Best Buy.
No matter what you need, you can count on dependable, long-lasting Chevy trucks. Now, make your money count on a 2001 Chevy Silverado half-ton extended cab with as low as 1.9% APR financing, giving you $2,607 in average finance savings. That's 1.9% APR. So make your money count during the year-end event at your local Chevy dealer now.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. By Best Buy, the place to find the magical gifts. Turn on the fun. By Energizer E-Squared, the battery with a heart of titanium. And by Zocor. Talk to your doctor about Zocor today.
Back in Tampa Bay, where it's been all Buccaneers so far. They lead the Cowboys 10-0. 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Kurt Menefee, Brian Baldinger with you.
Lawrence Saxton's been getting the crowd worked up during that timeout. It's very difficult to hear down at this part of the end zone.
Jason Tucker goes in motion. From his end zone, Emmitt Smith dances out to the 5-yard line. We dance out to Los Angeles and James Brown for an NFL update.
And look at a defensive dance here, Kurt. You take a look at Carolina in the red zone. London Fletcher picks off this pass by Steve Berline. 3 interceptions in the last 2 weeks. He's playing big. Let's take it back to Kurt and Brian.
All right, JB, the little man coming up big for the Rams defense. 5'9". That's how big London Fletcher is.
Yeah, but that defense right there now needs that kind of a spark. With Kurt Warner back, they should play better.
Aikman going up top. Jason Tucker broken up, incomplete. Donnie Abraham, the defensive back in the situation, makes a nice play on the ball.
Good shot that time down the field against Abraham. Had a spot on him. Had a couple of steps here. Troy Aikman, pretty good protection here up front. Been getting good protection. Pick up Lynch on the blitz. Gives McGarity a chance to, or Tucker a chance to run underneath it there. Not to the right spot, though.
Maybe that was more of an overthrow than a nice play by Abraham. Troy so far 2 of 6 on the afternoon. He's got to get him out to the 13-yard line for the first down. Ball in the air and it picked off. Easy touchdown for Brian Kelly.
Kurt, you mentioned earlier that this was the second best team at scoring points off turnovers. Helping out their cause that time.
Late penalty marker down in the end zone, but it was after the score, it appeared.
There is no foul on the play as the defensive player is coming off of a block. Result of the play, touchdown.
No penalty. So the 9-yard score by Brian Kelly off the pick of Troy Aikman counts.
Pressure that time from Warren Sapp on the backside. Forced Troy to throw that ball just a little bit high. This team, I mean, Tony Dungy said, one thing I want out of this defense, I want more points scored.
Martin Gramatica gets the extra point. So 2 special teams miscues by the Cowboys result in scores for the Buccaneers.
1, 2, 3, go!
E-squared from Energizer. A whole new battery with a heart of titanium that lets you take power to the next level.
E-squared. Oh, he looks so handsome. Mommy's big man. You're such a big boy. I'm going to give you a big kiss.
$4.92 saved buying Spike a holiday sweater online. $6.42 overpaid on shipping.
Oh, you look so precious.
If your gifts aren't being sent priority mail, you're probably paying too much. So make sure to ask for it.
Fly like an eagle.
Let's get you this 2 out of 3. Okay, you ready? Yep. Okay. 1, 2, 3, send. Rock, beat, scissors. Back seat. Watch your head. Aha, funny. Ow. Come on, move over.
The NFL Insider. It's pure football, all season long. The NFL Insider. Pick up your copy at newsstands now.
Brian Kelly scores his first NFL touchdown off the 9-yard interception of Troy Aikman. You think he'll remember that?
That's the 6th return for a touchdown this Buccaneer team has had this year, Kurt. You know, and talking to John Lynch and some of the defensive players this week, they said that's a mentality that Tony Dungy brought from Minnesota and Pittsburgh with him, that defenses have to score points, and they've been doing that.
Gramatica was another one of those weird kickoffs. Jason Tucker takes it. And he's got some running room all the way out to the 42-yard line. Penalty marker down after the tackle made by Don Davis. Well, the Cowboys special team has cost them this year. That's the opening kickoff. Tucker fumbles it. The Buccaneers got 3 points off of that, and then Wayne McGarity with trouble on the punt. They scored the touchdown off of that thanks to the interception by Brian Kelly. So Joe Avezzano, the special teams coach for the Dallas Cowboys, you know, feeling the heat today, and it's got nothing to do with the temperatures in Tampa.
Now, there's no heat out here today. Just from the miscues right there, and there's no answers for him right now.
The player did not block low. First down, Dallas.
Second time in a row we've seen a penalty flag with no penalty.
Well, you get the 10 points off of special teams miscue, and then you get this tip pass right here on the last series from Chris Warren and Brian Kelly. And I talked about the team speed at the beginning of this game here, Kurt, and it shows up in so many different ways. This team in transition after turnover is looking to score. On special teams, their coverage units are right on top of the football.
Cowboys begin from the 42-yard line. Emmett. Couple of moves, finally caught from behind for the tackle by Derek Brooks. After a 5-yard pickup, a couple of Pensacola guys getting together.
Well, here's the speed of Derek Brooks this time. Larry Allen's going to pull around here this time, and his man is Derek Brooks, but he's not under control because of that speed. Larry whiffed on him, and now Derek Brooks, who missed him the first time, sucked him up the second time. Well, watch Larry here. He said he has to run under more control today because he knows about the speed. And I mean, before he blinked, Brooks was underneath him.
Give him 4 yards on the carry. 2nd and 6. Quick pass from Aikman. flared out. James McKnight with the catch. Rondé Barber wraps him up right away. We mentioned the 6 returns for touchdowns by the Buccaneers. That's a new team record, and they've done it just about every which way. Interceptions, fumbles, blocked field goals, picked it up and run it in for a touchdown.
Well, it was huge last week. You know, Carl Williams, the 73-yard punt return, broke that game open against a Bills team that came in here with 4 wins and maybe the hottest team in the league.
On third down, they need the 48 for the first. Emmitt Smith. Not going to get there. Stopped in Cowboy territory. That's Michael Wiley, pardon me. Wiley in the game. Just his second carry of the season. Gained 3 when they needed 5.
All he saw was a sea of pewter. They're moving out there right now. And it's a tough situation. What Dallas can't do at this point is panic in any way, but they need to put some drives together. That means converting third downs, and they haven't been good at it this year.
Micah Noor on to punt to Carl Williams. That one's over Williams' head into the end zone for a touchback. America's favorite pregame show heads overseas for 2 days of analysis and adventure aboard the world's most advanced supercruiser. The crew of the USS Harry S. Truman welcomes JB, Terry, Howie, and Chris for a full weekend of hijinks on the high seas. The voyage sets sail December 16th and 17th only on Fox.
Must be nice getting the Mediterranean cruise this time of the year, huh, Kirk?
And not a bad gig. Of course, we're left here. Yeah. They didn't ask us to go.
And they're going to be joined by the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders.
Of course, they left us and took the Cowboy cheerleaders. Who are we to question that?
Whether it's the Cowboy team or the cheerleaders, they show up, the mystique lives on.
Buccaneers start from the 20-yard line. Warwick Dunn deep in the eye. Gets the handoff. Penalty markers down. Dunn down at the 25-yard line after a pickup of 5.
Had a free play there as Dallas was in the neutral zone at the snap.
Offside. Defense, number 90, in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down, first down.
That's on the defensive end, Alonzo Spellman, first penalty of the game.
Alonzo up here, listening to the hard count of Sean King. He gets both him and Brandon Noble jumping on the play.
First and 5 at the 25.
Another mistake in a mistake-filled first quarter for the Dallas Cowboys. 2 special teams miscues have led to 10 points and a 70-yard run by Warwick Dunn against this defense. And Tampa Bay is up 17-0. Dunn with the handoff. Ensign running room again. Stays on his feet. Finally forced out of bounds by Ryan McNeil after a 22-yard gain.
I mentioned in the last series the athleticism of Jeff Christie and Randall McDaniel. You're going to see it this time on the play. Jeff Christie pulls around, gets the lead block right here on the outside, allowing Warwick Dunn to get to the corner. Here's Christie coming around. Good block right there in the middle. Now this is all Warwick Dunn on the outside. I mean, he takes it inside, and then he finds the opening on the outside.
Keyshawn Johnson and the Buccaneers satisfied to let that be the final play of the first quarter. They lead the Cowboys 17-0. Fox NFL Sunday will continue after these messages and a word for your local station.
New TV? Yeah. Watch this.
RCA's experts understand you want the sharpest picture possible. So we developed the RCA digital monitor and receiver. The best picture today and unsurpassed high-definition quality for tomorrow. RCA, changing entertainment again.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
No Jekyll, all hide. The new 210 horsepower, supercharged Nissan Frontier.
How is that steak, huh?
Just the way I like it.
F-150, for folks who like their trucks just as tough. And right now, F-150 comes with $1,500 cash back. So see your Southern Ford dealer soon.
This is not a normal child.
You make it sound like he's possessed.
The X-Files, all noon, 9 Central tonight on Fox.
Started the second quarter, and 2 weeks ago, Warwick Dunn hadn't had a 100-yard rushing day since November of '98. He got 106 last week and has 101 after just 4 carries in the first quarter today.
They're feeding him. When they feed him, he's usually pretty productive. You know, and it's a big difference when they have to rotate 2 backs in like they did with Allstott and Dunn versus now just 1 guy. Talking to the Cowboys defenders, they said it's a...
They didn't get the flag crew off the field.
And you know what? They're not hurrying about it either, are they? You gotta learn how to shake a little bit when you're out there.
It's a slow Florida afternoon.
It is. A little lazy, huh? Not lazy about what Warwick Dunn has done here today in 102 yards in the first quarter.
He's out of the game right now. Robbie Abdullah in at tailback. First down from the 48. They fake the handoff. Sean King completes the pass to Abdullah. Into Cowboy territory and around the corner down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 12 and another first down.
His first quarter stats, Kurt, and see the turnovers in yellow there, and certainly that led to the 10 easy points by the Bucs. And then the 1 home run by Dunn of 70 yards on his first carry. This thing is, you know, on that, it's teetering on that verge of a blowout type game. The Bucs have had a couple of those this year against the Chicago Bears, against the Vikings.
First down from the Dallas 41. Cowboys showing blitz. Warwick Dunn back in at tailback. Here comes Dallas. Sean King goes down for the sack. Brought down by Alonzo Spellman. His 3rd sack of the season, first of the day for Dallas.
Well, Dave Campo's got to pull the trigger right now and take some gambles, and he did that time. He brought the safety, Izo Reese, up that time. Messed up the Tampa Bay blocking scheme. Here comes Reese, going to be coming right into this gap here. Allow Spellman to come free. As the right tackle that time, Jerry Wunsch got caught in no man's land. Didn't block either one of them. Was just confused.
They lose 3 yards on the play. Backs him up to the 44. Warwick Dunn gets that back and a little bit more out to the 35-yard line. A gain of 9 before Greg Myers makes the tackle.
Fun to watch, Kurt. He's just a little squirt is what he is. You can't see him back there. He hides behind his lineman, and he picks his holes. He's very patient, darting in there, darting in and darting out. That's why I think he really likes running between the tackles.
Face mask. Defense, number 90. 15 yards. First down.
Face mask called against the Cowboys. Alonzo Spellman, who had both of Dallas' penalties today, grabbing on a little bit.
Much work done down here inside behind Middleton and Christie pulling around this time. Here's the face mask. You can't see work done until he's right in front of you. And this is what you got to look at. You got to try to find him first. And everybody thinks his size is a disadvantage because he can't take a hit, he can't take the punishment. Tony Dungy believes he can hold up for 6 weeks, but his size is an advantage because he's hard to find.
5'8", tough to see in the land of giants. After the 15-yard penalty, Dunn picks up 4 more down to the 16-yard line. Dat Wynn with the tackle. Baldy, you know, the Budweiser.com airship is flying over Tampa today. All you got to do is look up and you can see it, right? Provides NFL fans with these spectacular aerial shots. Budweiser, an official sponsor of the National Football League.
I think the cannons are shooting at it.
Hey, you want to shoot down the airship, do you?
No, I mean, they're pirates, though, right? Maybe there's some gold up there or something.
Buccaneers already 130 yards rushing. Cowboys coming on the blitz again. King to the air, intended for Keyshawn. Penalty marker down. Philippi Sparks on the coverage. That's the third pass at least they've thrown in the direction of Keyshawn Johnson today, which has been a big issue with the Buccaneers offense.
Well, it will always be an issue with Keyshawn.
Interference. Defense. Number 20. First down.
Sparks called for the pass interference.
Sleepy Sparks, who got mossed last week on Thanksgiving. At least that's how Dave Campo calls it. Here's Keyshawn working on the outside, trying to get that size advantage. Sleepy Sparks coming through the outside of Keyshawn Johnson there. Hit him a little bit early. Looks a little ticky-tack to me, but Campo saying the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, which would have nullified any sort of pass interference.
But the officials didn't see it that way.
He could redo that if he wanted, Kurt, but it's probably not worth it at this point.
We're talking about a gain of 12 yards on the penalty, which is what he would be fighting for. First and goal from the 8. Warwick Dunn caught at the line of scrimmage. Dat Nguyen on the tackle.
Well, the biggest problem with the Cowboys, you saw the statistics, they've given up 170 yards a game
on the ground.
Opposing rushes, yeah, is just poor tackling. I mean, you know, and it started early in camp. And just talking to Dexter Coakley yesterday said that he thought that there was trouble from jump start, from jump go.
Well, they gave up 200 yards rushing to Deuce Staley in the season opener as the Eagles went into Texas Stadium and blew them out.
I think they were so worried about their secondary coming into the season, Kurt, that they really kind of stopped thinking about the rush defense.
King the pass on second down. Brings it down. Decides to keep it, scoots out just across the 5-yard line for a gain of 3.
Pretty good coverage out on the outside to Jaquez Green out here by Ryan McNeil's. We'll be taking that to the corner up there. The other problem with the Cowboys is they can't get there with just 4. Your front 4, not good pass rushers. And so they get a lot of time. Quarterbacks get a lot of time, and you see a lot of scrambles against them. Certainly, Donovan McNabb hurt him this year in a couple of Philadelphia victories.
Third and goal, just at the 5-yard line. The pitch to Dunn. Warwick Dunn, nobody in front of him. Penalty markers everywhere. Warwick Dunn brought down by Joe Bowden. That's going to be holding on the Buccaneers. And I think the Cowboys are going to decline that.
They can kick the field goal here.
That's a signal from Dave Campo.
Holding. Offense, number 73. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
That's on the right guard, Frank Middleton, going to force the field goal attempt by Martin Gramatica, his second field goal shot of the afternoon.
A couple times inside the red zone, the Buccaneers came in the most efficient red zone scoring team in the league and forced to kick field goals. On 2 of the occasions today.
Going to be from 25 yards out. Gramatica gets it through. His 16th consecutive field goal ties the record of Michael Husted here with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but more importantly, it gives the Bucs a 20-0 lead.
In 1951, Toyota introduced the Land Cruiser. Today, we have the most extensive lineup of sport utility vehicles in America. For families and individuals. Mountaintops, as well as soccer fields. And, like the original, all of them are designed to get you there and back.
What's the perfect match for great holiday gifts? A holiday card, of course. And this weekend only, Radio Shack has the card for you. Good for 10% off all your holiday gifts. Just come into Radio Shack this weekend, open an account for a Radio Shack Answers Plus card, and charge your purchase to get 10% off anything you buy. Compact computers, Sprint PCS phones, RCA electronics, plus cool gadgets and gizmos are just a few of the great gifts you can get for 10% off. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only at Radio Shack. Some restrictions apply. See store for details.
Throughout the world, when a
hostage must be found. They call Terry Thorne.
You know I do this for a living, man.
Your husband isn't dead. He's alive.
I'm not a part of this, all right?
If we could pull this off, this is the stuff of legends. Meg Ryan,
You told me my husband was coming home.
Russell Crowe.
Keep going down the path!
Critics are calling Proof of Life a top-floor adventure thriller. Proof of Life, rated R, starts this Friday.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Toyota SUVs, taking you there and back. By Radio Shack, you've got questions, we've got answers. By Nike Shocks, Boeing thoroughly experienced and explained at Nike.com. And by Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar, for a taste that is as American as Applebee's.
A hazy day here in Tampa, but nothing hazy about the performance of the Buccaneers so far. They're up 20-0 after the 25-yard kick by Martin Gramatica. Jason Tucker makes the catch at the 8. Fights his way out to the 32-yard line. A return of 24. Troy Aikman and the Cowboys begin from there, trying to get something going.
It's back.
1, 2, 3, 4!
Applebee's You Pick 2. Get any 2 of 4 American favorites on one big plate. Choose from sizzling Cajun sirloin, succulent garlic-crusted shrimp, barbecue chicken, or riblets with a tangy sauce too good for any napkin. Right now, you pick 2. For a taste as American as Applebee's. For a tasteful gift, pick Applebee's gift certificates.
We got to target a new online customer. Consumers who never change their minds and choose gifts with 100% accuracy.
So there's no returns.
Bingo. I call them laser beamers.
And exactly how many of these laser beamers have you found?
4. But that's just in the U.S.
E-returns are inevitable. Now UPS has automated the process, making it quicker and easier, so we can help change merchandise as fast as people change their minds. UPS, moving at the speed of business.
Put the food down, walk away, nobody gets hurt.
Think you're tough enough to drive a Tacoma? Join the club. Introducing the double cab with over 5 feet of bed length.
You just can't mess with a man's salad. Word up.
Catch performances by Dixie Chicks. And many more at the 2000 Billboard Music Awards, live Tuesday at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Special teamer Al Singleton down on the play.
Yeah, you can see Al show up here, the right side of your screen right here. Going to be coming in. He got hit by his own man right on the left knee. Took him down, and this Buccaneer team, outside of the injury to Mike Allstott, really has been pretty healthy. And the young player out of Temple right there, Al Singleton, a real quiet guy, probably didn't even scream when that knee got hurt right there. You know?
I don't know, if you feel the knee pain, no matter how quiet you are, you get a few words that come out of your mouth.
He's a guy that likes to carry around snakes with him as pets. You know, they don't talk either. Just the snakes, and Al's like having a good time together.
The pitch to Emmitt Smith. Hit by Rondé Barber right at the line of scrimmage. We go out to James Brown for another hit on that NFL update board.
Speaking of a hit, Kurt and Brian, Chris Collinsworth challenged the Washington defense. Darrell Green, number 28 in the white jersey, knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Look at him, gets up, races and catches up with Joe Jurevicius, knocks the ball loose. Washington recovers. Darrell Green leading by example again. Back to Kurt and Brian.
Boy, a tough start for the New York Football Giants as they head down to Washington. Both teams needing this game. Washington, of course, a game behind the Giants right now, who are half game behind the Eagles in the playoff hunt in the East.
There always gives us us 40-year-old something guys, you know, something to crow about.
Troy Aikman. Quick pass, caught by Jackie Harris, the tight end. Fights his way out for a 4-yard pickup. Derek Brooks with the tackle.
Part of the plan today was not to be behind 20-0, but part of the plan was to get the ball to the tight end, Jackie Harris and LaFleur. Something Troy Aikman used to do with regularity in the first half of the 90s when he had Jay Novacek, and I don't think they've ever really replaced him here. A lot of bodies have been in uniforms at tight end, but nobody with the comfort level he had with Novacek.
On third down, the Cowboys have to cross the 41 for the first. Michael Wiley now in at running back. Good protection. Aikman gets the ball to Wiley. Fights his way, going to be close to the first down marker, depending on the spot. Looks like he got it from there. Donnie Abraham forced him out of bounds.
And one thing that Troy Aikman can feel pretty good about is protection he's gotten the last couple of weeks. I mean, this is as good a defensive front as there is, and watch the penetration here. There is none. That's a pretty good wall right there for Aikman to throw that football. And if you've had 10 concussions and you've got a degenerative back joint, that makes you feel a little bit more comfortable.
Donnie Abraham, who made the tackle, slow to get up. We'll take a timeout. 8:54 left to play. Bucks up by 20.
Okay, so you're set up with Total Choice programming, and sir, I also hooked up the NFL Sunday ticket subscription you signed up for.
That's for her.
Oh. So you've also got Fox Sports Net. You get your regional sports.
College basketball?
ESPN Full Court.
What about racing?
Horses?
Stock cars.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now get free professional installation when you buy a DirecTV system and sign up for Total Choice programming.
Donnie Abraham slow to get up. Walks off under his own power.
Hey, taking on Chris Warren on the outside. You're going to bury him with that right shoulder here. Got it crushed pretty good that time, but shaking it off. Donnie Abraham, another quiet guy, but would like to get to the Pro Bowl. 6 interceptions this year, making a little bit of noise in order to do that.
There's a guy who was tied for the lead in the NFC last year with 7, and not many people knew it. He's come back with 6 this season, having another good season.
It's because Lynch and Brooks and Sapp get so much attention, they forget about the play that Abraham gives you on the left corner.
Cowboys with 2 tight ends on first down. They hand it off to Emmitt Smith, and Emmitt caught for a loss in the backfield. James Canada drops him for 2.
You see the speed of the backside here. John Lynch this time is going to come off the backside. Going to force this play in. Canada, again, good penetration there at the line of scrimmage. Emmett tries to cut back, and Lynch is there along with Rondé Barber. Canada is part of that 3-man rotation up front with McFarland and sometimes Sapp.
Movement early. Aikman up top. Pass caught wide open. That's David LaFleur, the tight end. Looks like he got enough yards for the first down. A pickup of 14.
Aikman's pass complete to number 89, David LaFleur.
And LaFleur, they're trying to get him in the offense. Had only 4 catches before last week's game. Made 6 last week and has 1 here in the first half this time around.
I tell you, things are going Tampa Bay's way. Right here, you're going to see an offsides on the outside by Chidi Ahanotu. Gets an early jump here, no flag. And for this Buck team, last week was their first defensive offsides they had all week. Or all year, I should say.
Cowboys get the first down to Tampa Bay's 47. James Hodge, the receiver at the top of the screen. A handoff to Emmitt Smith. And Emmitt with a nice run all the way down to the 30-yard line. A gain of 17. Rondé Barber
Emmett
won
said
the tackle.
Yeah, Emmett said we don't run behind Larry Allen and Upkirk. There he is. Here's his favorite man right here. He's going to find him. He's going to take Anthony McFarland and that time Marcus Jones into the inside almost. Emmitt Smith with good vision cuts right behind it that time. Lozelle Adams this time gets a good seal on Lynch. And they get a split that time between Jones and Lynch.
First down from the 30, McKnight and Garrity. Or McGarity, pardon me. Troy stripped of the football. There's a pile there. Chidi Ahanotu was the guy who got in there and forced the fumble from Aikman. Let's see who recovered it. For Dick Hancock and that officiating crew saying the Buccaneers have recovered. Another turnover by the Cowboys, their 3rd of the game. Warren Sapp recovered.
Oh, daughter,
You sure about this?
I want everyone to know who I love. How much is this again?
50.
50.
All I got is 41.
Come on. I get it fixed, Donna. Very funny.
Next time, use the Visa check card instead of cash or checks. It'll get you in, out, and on with life.
The newly restyled Toyota 4Runner can take you places other vehicles can't, which could necessitate bringing along some additional equipment.
Out of town? Out of touch? Out of cell range? You are now in Global Star range. Global Star, above and beyond cellular.
Escape to a better place. Sony Vega.
Fox tomorrow.
She got hit with a water balloon.
There's a breast implant. How do you stop a student from making a terrible mistake?
You're just too young. You only live high school once, and after that, what is there?
An all-new Boston Public tomorrow on Fox.
There's the forced fumble on Troy Aikman right here. Eric Williams getting beat around the horn by Chidi Ahanotu. Well, Eric getting up there in years, and those games are catching up to him. Doesn't move quite as good laterally anymore. And that ball's on the ground. That sea of shooters around the football. Sapp comes up with it.
Third turnover of the game, Rabi Abdullah with a carry for 3 yards. You see Troy Aikman, who's missed all or parts of 5 games this season with the concussion and the back injuries. Randall Cunningham has been the guy who's taken his place during all of those injury missing games, I guess you'd say. But right now, Cunningham listed as the third quarterback coming into today with a groin problem.
Randall was warming up before the game, and he wasn't good. I mean, he couldn't throw off his either leg and had no power behind the ball, so strictly an emergency room situation for Randall today.
Rabi Abdullah crosses the midfield stripe, gets a first down. Greg Myers with the tackle, pickup of 11.
I was talking to Randall down the field before the game, and he was stretching out his left groin that was really bothering him. And he said it's really been bothering him since training camp. Looks like he's doing like some Tai Chi or something. Something you would be doing, Kurt.
Whatever it is,
a lot of pain.
It didn't work.
No, he was in a lot of pain. He said he's got to really compensate for that groin problem with really tightening up his abdomen muscles just to throw the football.
So Anthony Wright, who's never taken an NFL snap, is the backup for the Cowboys. Keyshawn Johnson with his first catch of the day. Ryan McNeil with the tackle after the 5-yard gain.
Well, Keyshawn's been making all kinds of noise here about they don't get me the football enough, and they don't. They've only gotten it 4 times in the last 2 weeks. But there's no reason why a quarterback laying off 8 yards like Ryan McNeil was, you can't throw a 6-yard stop. And let Keyshawn just get involved in the offense, and with his size and strength, he's going to make a lot of guys miss some tackles.
Back-to-back Pro Bowls, obviously, with the New York Jets. In his first season with the Buccaneers. 2nd and 5. Cowboys showing blitz. Ball looked like it was tipped at the line of scrimmage. I think Ebenezer Ekebon got a hand on it, which was intended for Keyshawn again.
Well, Keyshawn told me before the game that they just don't like my suggestions. I talked to Les Steckel and Clyde Christensen,
they don't listen.
And they don't listen to me. I've got great ideas to get me the ball, and they never like any of my ideas. And there's Les Steckel, who brought in here under a little bit of heat from Warren Sapp last week for trying to get Keyshawn involved in the offense. And I think one of the problems in Tampa is that Les Steckel has to teach this offense to everybody, the coaches included, along with the players, and it's just going to take some patience.
Buccaneers need the 40 for the first. King brings it down, and then he goes down. Second sack of the day by the Cowboy defense. Demetrius Underwood gets it.
One thing Sean King does not want to do is turn the football over, so he's going to eat it here because of good coverage by the Cowboys. McNeil at the top up here. I mean, you've got that area right there where if Sean wants to pull the trigger, he can. But with the lead 20-0, he does not want to take any chances with the football and allow Dallas to get into the game quickly because of a turnover.
Isn't 20-0 the time maybe you should think about it? You got a little cushion to take some chances?
He's got 10 interceptions this year, Kurt. He threw 2 up in Chicago 2 weeks ago, and they stunk the place up as a result, and he doesn't want to have that happen.
McGarity with the sun at his back this time makes the fair catch right at the 21-yard line. 35 yards on the punt by Royal.
Fire! Engine 1! Stay ready for impact!
This Christmas, at the edge of the world, his adventure begins.
I would rather take my chance out there on the ocean than to stay here and die.
Tom Hanks. Castaway, a Robert Zemeckis film, rated PG-13, December 22nd, only in theaters.
The new Lexus IS with a 215 horsepower VVTi engine, E-shift transmission, and remarkable handling, which in recent tests easily outcornered a certain other sports sedan.
The last time these two teams met, 1990, and what's an NFL rarity nowadays, they met twice in 3 weeks as non-division opponents. The Cowboys had to come from behind in both games. The rookie Emmitt Smith, 121 yards, the game-winning score in game 1, and then 2 weeks later, Aikman to Michael Irvin for the 28-yard touchdown with just 23 seconds left as the Cowboys swept both games, winning it 17-3. And the Cowboys have won every single matchup between the Buccaneers and Cowboys, but that was back in the day when the Buccaneers were losing to everybody.
Well, the Cowboys weren't beating a lot of people either, Kurt. They were just coming off a 1-15 team themselves. They were putting what was a great blueprint for a Super Bowl run together at that time.
Dallas starts from the 22-yard line. Emmitt Smith with the carry.
I'm amazing to me, Kurt, that a guy like Emmitt Smith, we watched him 10 years ago, you know, dancing and running in between the tackles, and he's been doing it so consistently for so long. And he's continuing to do it.
Picks up 5 more on that carry. Emmitt's got 11 carries for 47 yards. We mentioned needs just 93 to get to the 1,000-yard mark for the season.
Well, he had a 54-yard run on Thanksgiving Day against the Vikings and ran away from 5 defenders. But he made it sure that we knew that the fastest man on the field, Kenny Wright, tackled him from behind.
Yeah, it wasn't just anybody.
Yeah.
Michael Wiley in to replace Emmitt, and Wiley with a nice carry. Boy, did you see how he just avoided being leveled by John Lynch there?
He got down, didn't he?
Yeah. 8 yards on the run.
Well, that's a rookie from the Cowboys, and you know, it's almost good to see a Dallas Cowboy rookie playing, you know, in uniform and contributing.
Been a while.
Dave Campo said, we're not going to play our younger guys right now just to play them. We're going to try and win football games, but down 20-0. Why not take a look at the young man from Ohio State?
First down from the 35. Aikman. Quick pass. Broke it up, incomplete. Brian Kelly with a nice play on the Jason Tucker intended reception.
One guy really having trouble right now in Dallas is Eric Williams at right tackle. Again, gets hit this time. He gets run over, and Eric Williams, who right there, I mean, that's not the Eric Williams people saw during the Super Bowl years, but he'd retired in training camp this year, missed most of camp, and the movement just isn't there anymore. There's going to be a guy that they're going to have to look to replace here in this coming season.
After the incompletion, second down. Jason Tucker goes in motion. The handoff, Michael Wiley. Wiley picks up 2 yards on the play. Shelton Quarles with the tackle.
Shelton Quarles, one of those unselfish players, unheralded players in Tampa, plays the strong side linebacker, and his job is to turn everything into the inside, to Brooks and Lynch, into some hustling defensive linemen to make the plays. And not enough attention given to the guys that don't get a lot of attention.
Cowboys have to get to the 45. Under pressure, Aikman gets rid of it, falls incomplete. Chidi Ahanatu, who forced a fumble the last time, was bringing the heat on Aikman. We have a penalty marker down. Penalty flag down as we get to the 2-minute warning. That's going to be called against the Buccaneers.
That's not going to make the defensive coordinator, Monty Kiffin, very happy. You were pointing out, Kurt, that they were number what?
They're 5th in the league in defensive penalties. 5th best, but they like to be number 1.
Yeah, they wanted to be number 1.
Illegal contact. Defense, number 25. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Kurt, that's the first illegal contact penalty of the entire year.
And it's called on Brian Kelly. 2-minute warning.
NFL Sunday is brought to you by Miller Lite. Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
Keep going, keep going. We almost had it. Sorry, guys. Can we get another one, please?
Okay, let's do this again.
Okay.
One more time.
Yeah.
This holiday season, Miller Lite wishes you safe and happy Miller times.
Escape to a better place. Sony Vega.
Both have the same 6-figure salaries and perks. So why does one look forward to early retirement while the other to the 15th and the 31st? Northwestern Mutual Financial Network. Are you there yet?
Zales is the place to find quarter-carat diamond jewelry for just $99. Dazzling diamond earrings, elegant diamond rings, even diamond heart pendants. Your choice, just $99. And with any purchase of $99 or more, you can get this flower box with a diamond earring and pendant set for just $29. This holiday, you can do a lot more giving. At Zales stores nationwide or shop online at Zales.com.
How much would you pay for a date with an angel?
Of the women I've paid for, the blondes have been more expensive, but they don't have your warmth.
An all-new Ally McBeal tomorrow on Fox.
2 minutes to go in the first half here in Tampa. Kurt Menefee, Brian Baldinger, and Chip Carter with you. It's been all Buccaneers so far in this first half, 20-0. 3 Dallas turnovers, 2 bobbles on special teams play in addition to the 3 turnovers, and just about all of them leading the Cowboy points.
And I think, Kurt, the difference in these two teams is just team speed. Tampa Bay shows up everywhere, and the Cowboys, with the loss of Galloway this year and Ishmael, they've lost a lot of their speed.
Right now they're at their own 43-yard line. Empty backfield. 4 receivers in the game. Aikman. Quick pass. Caught. That's James McKnight. McKnight forced out of bounds by Brian Kelly. All the way down to the 24-yard line. A gain of 33 for the Cowboys. And a penalty marker down late.
Yeah, it's going to be illegal use of hands, I think, by Eric Williams.
Illegal hands to the face. Offense, number 79. 10-yard penalty. Repeat the down. First down.
That's the Eric Williams rule.
Yeah, well, Eric Williams can't bend his knees and his waist anymore, so he plays way high. You can see these hands slapping right there at Ahanatu's face. Kind of a chippy call right there, though, because it was just a jab. But it did hit him right in the face mask. A wall inside on Sapp. Sapp, no place to go against a whole lot of beef in there.
So you take away the 33-yard gain, and Eric Williams just committed a 43-yard penalty. Backs the Cowboys up to their own 33, first and 20.
Well, McKnight is the one guy that can stretch the field and make a big play.
Aikman going that way again. Pass caught by Wayne McGarity. Out to the 43-yard line. Gains the 10 yards back. Rondé Barber with the tackle. Cowboys going in a hurry-up offense right now. 1:30 left to play in the first half. Aikman, quick pass. Incomplete, intended for McGarity. We'll stop the clock. Down to the field, and Chip Carter.
Thanks a lot, Kurt. Alsherman Singleton, the defensive lineman, is going to be out for the rest of the game. He's got a sprained left knee. Donnie Abraham, the cornerback, finding a bruised shoulder. It says he will get back in there. Kurt.
All right. The Buccaneers fighting injuries, something the Cowboys definitely know plenty about this season.
Warren Sapp taking his chances on the right side this time, working against Solomon Page this time. He likes to go opposite the way he thinks the center's going to slide.
On third down, the Cowboys need to get to the Buccaneers 47. They don't even get the playoff. Marcus Jones, his 13th sack of the season.
Boy, what a delight that he's been the last 2 years. 20.5 sacks the last 2 years. 1 sack his first 3 years. Right here, this is going to confuse the Cowboys up here. 5 men over here on the left side against the Cowboys, and right here, Flazell Adams blocks the air. Meanwhile, Marcus Jones is going to get number 13.
A chunky Super Bowl moment. Kurt Warner's mom filled him up right with Campbell's Chunky New England Clam Chowder. Now heartier than ever with bigger chunks of clams. Never did a clam do so much for a ram.
The Tampa Bay defense standing tall, pitching a shutout with just 1:10 left to go in the first half. Cowboys forced to punt after the sack by Marcus Jones. Micah Noor, who's had a busy first half, this is his 4th punt to Carl Williams. Williams returned to punt 73 yards last week against Buffalo and earning NFC Defensive Player of the Week honors.
That's going to be too short to be returned.
Looked like it hit a player, and the Cowboys pick it up.
What was Carl Williams thinking about there?
It's Cowboys ball. Apparently it hit a Buccaneer, Orontes Grant, with the recovery.
That ball was coming down short. Carl Williams went up there not to field it, went up there to take a look at it, rather than just run away from the football.
But the Cowboys call for an illegal man downfield. So even when something goes their way, it doesn't work out.
And right now, just real sloppy play all over the field, especially by the Cowboys. From the opening kickoff here, a forgettable 30 minutes of action for Cowboys.
Especially their special teams unit.
Yes.
That's the 3rd miscue of the day by the special teams unit.
Joe Avisano has been saying that because of the injuries, there's been a trickle-down effect that they're not getting the same quality players on the special teams.
Number 50 of the kicking team down prior to the snap.
Because so many of his special team guys are now starting.
Dave Campbell is going, who's it on? Because the Cowboys have no number 50 on their team.
That would be a good point by Dave to make.
Like, if we're going to get called for a penalty, at least let it be someone who's on our roster. If we can see who took off early.
There's no foul on the play. The official confused the number of the team. It was the receiving team player that was dropping off the field. The kicking team was legal. The ball was touched by the receiving team, covered by Dallas. First down.
Okay, so they couldn't figure out the red or pewter and white thing. They just got the numbers.
Well, Carl Williams is waving everybody off, but he doesn't get out of the way. He's telling Rabi Abdullah to get out of the way, and he touches it with his left arm.
Well, I think he saw it hit someone's foot. He wasn't sure if it hit Abdullah's foot or if it hit a Cowboy's foot, so he was going to try and cover it. just to be safe. Instead, it goes off his hands. And as you heard Dick Hancock say, the Cowboys were not illegally downfield. They saw the wrong player, the wrong team. So the Cowboys will keep the ball at the 25-yard line.
Oh, nice argument by Dave Campo. Saves another special teams miscue by him, and it's the Cowboys the ball back here.
And a short field to work with. 1st and 10 from the 25. Michael Wiley in at running back. 3 receivers in the game for Dallas. Aikman to Wiley out of the backfield. Wrapped up quickly. Derek Brooks with the tackle.
Troy Aikman with a lot of time, and you don't get a lot of time against this Buccaneer defense like that. For the Cowboys, they've gone against 2 of the best in the league here the last 3 weeks. The Ravens and now the Bucks.
And Dallas calls a timeout with 51 seconds left to play. Down 20-0.
So I'll get back down. Miracles really do happen.
Looks like someone's going to have a very happy holiday.
Yep. Dallas Cowboys trying to end the first half on something of a positive note, trailing 20-0 here in Tampa. 51 ticks left to go before halftime.
Kirk, they were shut out 2 weeks ago by the Baltimore Ravens for the first time since 1991, and they'd like to get it in here and stop that thought from happening before the end of the first half.
Michael Wiley with the carry. Down to the 16-yard line. Gain of 7. Derek Brooks with the tackle. Cowboys called their second timeout. Don't forget, coming up on the Visa halftime report, JB, Terry, Howie, and Chris will have scores and highlights from around the league, and our Fox Sports ticker will have up to the second stats. That's all coming up on the Visa halftime report. 43 seconds away from that. Kurt Menefee, Brian Baldinger with you at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where the Cowboys are visiting for the first time since 1990. And this city has been pretty juiced about having the Dallas Cowboys come into this town, and Tony Dungy, the Buccaneers head coach, told us his players are as well.
And a lot of them came to play against Emmitt Smith, but Emmitt's got the baseball cap on. And I don't know if he took another shot to the head, Kurt, but he's been out here for the last 2 series. And he was really looking forward to coming down here and playing in front of a lot of hometown fans and friends.
And trying to set the record, or tie Barry Sanders' record for most seasons consecutively with 1,000 yards in front of the hometown fans. On 3rd and 2, Aikman, quick pass. Incomplete, intended for James McKnight.
Troy's in a hurry to get rid of that football. He got excellent protection that time. Michael Wiley, great job of picking up the blitz. He kept Troy clean. He had a little bit more time to throw this. Watch this collision here. Michael Wiley right there on Derek Brooks. Nice job of taking care of him. Michael Wiley showing just a little bit here and an opportunity to play some this year.
Tim Cedar with a 34-yard field goal attempt. Well, that's an ugly knuckler, and it goes nowhere. Joe Avezzano totally frustrated as his special teams comes up short yet again.
I don't know if there's anything wrong with that hold there, Kurt. It looked like they got things down okay. You can ignore the holder. Dale Hellestray, of course, the longtime snapper. That ball's down. That operation is fine. Anybody get a hand on that, Kurt?
I don't know. We'll take another look here, see if we can see if a Buccaneer at the line of scrimmage touched it.
Yeah, that's perfect operation to that point.
Yeah, maybe somebody did. Looks like that ball kind of changed directions.
That's one ugly-looking kick, I'll tell you that.
Well, the Buccaneers had blocked 6 kicks this year, 3 punts and 3 field goal attempts. May have blocked their 4th right there. Nonetheless, they will lead this thing at halftime 20-0, thanks to a lot of miscues by the Cowboys special teams unit especially. A couple of turnovers by the special teams, a couple of miscues by the special teams, and an interception. Down in Dallas leads at 20-0 at the break. Fox NFL Sunday will continue with the Visa halftime report after these messages and a word from your local Fox station.
Fox Tuesday. It's music's biggest night, the 2000 Billboard Music Awards, live from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Celebrate this year's #1 recording artists, including Santana featuring Rod Thomas, Faith Hill, Sisqó, Britney Spears, Creed, Destiny's Child, Ricky Martin, Aaliyah, NSYNC, and more. Check out the stars who top the Billboard charts all year long. The 2000 Billboard Music Awards, live Tuesday at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Worn out auto parts mean trouble in Dodge. So go to Discount Auto Parts. We have all the car and truck parts you need to take care of your Caravan. Discount Auto Parts.
When I need parts for my family car, I go to Discount Auto Parts. They've got all the car and truck parts I need and lots of convenient locations. If you want to save time and money, make a pit stop at Discount Auto Parts, the place to start when you need parts.
No matter what you need, you can count on dependable, long-lasting Chevy trucks. Now, make your money count on a 2001 Chevy Silverado half-ton extended cab with as low as 1.9% APR financing, giving you $2,607 in average finance savings. That's 1.9% APR. So make your money count during the year-end event at your local Chevy dealer now.
There's nothing like being together for the holidays.
I'm Marcus Jones, and you're watching the Buccaneers on Fox 13.
The Visa Halftime Report is brought to you by Visa. It's everywhere NFL fans want to be.
We'd like to welcome those of you watching Dallas and Tampa Bay. Buccaneers looking for their first ever win against Dallas. Right now on top 20-0 in that contest. TB.
4-7. I'm bad. Here it is. Rough start, Cowboys. Man, they don't need this. Jason Tucker fumbles it. Picked up by Dexter Jackson. Martin Gramatica hits the field goal. 3-0 Tampa Bay. 70-yard touchdown run. Look at this move by Wood. Done spread him out. Linebackers get out wide. You run inside. That's what happened. 10-0 Tampa Bay. Now, Troy Aikman back. Sets up nicely. Everybody drops deep. Throw it underneath. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. Only problem was Chris Warren couldn't hang on to it. Brian Kelly picks it off. And boy, the Bucs all over the Cowboys. 20-0. All right, TV. Refs checking out Stephen Davis' soft cast. Make sure there's nothing hard in there. There you go. Good job. Now, Eddie Murray. Are you going to make it? 39-yarder. Upright and hits. No good. North Turner losing his mind. I can't believe these guys have full field goal kicker on the year. Kerry Collins back. Looking for the old Jared Dixon. Darrell Green knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Gets up. Hustles. Knocks the ball loose. Armani Toomer. He can't get it. Finally, Sean Barber recovers for the Skins. High-scoring game? No. 6-0 Giants over the Redskins.
Chris, something good to say about Cincinnati?
Corey Dillon, are you happy in Cincinnati? No, I'm not there. No, I'm not there.
That's it. Go on, Corey Dillon, taking it all the way to the house. One of the greatest players in the history of mankind, down to the 1-yard line because he didn't want to take all the credit. Wanted Scott Mitchell to be able to complete this pass, and Tony McGee, one of the greatest tight ends in the history of the National Football League. As the Bengals go up 14-0, somebody please break up that football team.
Oh, boy.
In Carolina.
Welcome back.
Kurt Warner got a broke pinky on his throwing hand. Steve Berline, he threw this one like he had a broke pinky. Looked for Casey Crawford, picked off by London Fletcher. His third interception in the last 2 games. Now Warner back, looking for Ricky Prohl down the middle. Ball too high, Prohl can't handle it. Jimmy Hitchcock picks it off, and then Todd Light picks off. Steve Berline, ball intended for Machine Muhammad. Pass too late, too soon. 2 interceptions inside the 10-yard line. Killed the Panthers. 3-0 Rams over Carolina. 4 turnovers by the Rams makes it 11 in the last 3 games. Broncos Mike Anderson, 146 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns as they are spanking the New Orleans Saints. Philadelphia and the Titans all knotted at 6. Eddie George, 56 yards rushing in that one. Buffalo Bills without 5 defensive starters, and Lamar Smith has 80 yards from scrimmage and a touch. 24-0 spanking there. Cordell Stewart, sprained right knee, will not return. The Raiders have knocked out their 7th quarterback of the season. They're on top by 10. And the Seahawks, John Kitna looking impressive, 24-3 in that contest there. Fellas, take it away.
Well, Tampa Bay has done a nice job of work done, and Terry had pointed out in one of our highlights the work done is now the featured back, despite the fact that Mike Allstott is not on the field. And the only reason why I'm turning on you is because of the pregame show.
You're angry.
Now, what they've done is they've done a nice job of spreading the field a little bit for work done. Because he's smaller back, he's not going to take the pounding you want. You get less men in the box. They motion the fullback out. That walks the backer out. That gives him more room to run, and he breaks that big run.
Chris, statistically, big first half.
You know what? I got 2 Hall of Famers next to me here, but I'm not listening to them anymore. I'm listening to you. You said in the pregame that it doesn't matter what Sean King does. Throws for 4 for 7, 27 yards, and they're up 20-0. JB, you are the man. You don't need sleep.
He's a
you don't need anything.
Hey, I'm doing all right. You know what? We have to leave with Terry Bradshaw giving us another outstanding rendition of Warren Sapp, and he does. All right, there it is. There it is. Second half of Dallas and Tampa Bay coming up.
Bad to the bone.
Visa is proud to celebrate the fans this season. Visa, it's everywhere NFL fans want to be. It's a showdown for home field advantage in the NFC. Kurt Warner has the Super Bowl champs back on track.
He's got a touchdown!
The explosive Vikes are out to derail the train. Moss and the Vikings. Warner and the Rams. It's time to make a statement. It's a Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader next week, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific.
See why no current live sitcom compares to King of the Hill.
Yep.
All new 7:30, 6:30 Central tonight on Fox. Homer enters the computer age.
Check out my new computer.
You shouldn't drag that around.
That's right. Top of the line.
But what will he do during those long internet downloads?
Up and sitting on the toilet all the live long day.
The Simpsons, all new at 8, 7 Central tonight on Fox.
Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right. The only one for me is you, and you for me. So happy together.
How will not do it?
To the greatest fans. Thanks to all the fans out there. Thanks for being there when we needed you most. Thanks for coming out, and we'll keep showing up for you. Thanks for your support. Love you. Mwah.
Tampa, where the Buccaneers lead at 20-0. Right before the halftime break, our Chip Carter had a chance to talk to Tony Dungy.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. First half primarily had to go the way you wanted it to go.
It did. We got our running game going well, Warwick and Rabi. The special teams was a thrill a minute, but hopefully we can make those plays go our way.
I was going to ask you, have you ever seen a first half with as many special teams miscues as this?
No, this has been tough. Fortunately, most of them have gone our way.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Toss it back upstairs to Kurt.
That's been the story. With the score, Buccaneers 20, Cowboys nothing. We'll return to Tampa for the start of the second half after this.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
Now at Hardee's, we're grilling thinly sliced steak and onions to make a Philly cheesesteak sandwich that really delivers on authentic. The new Philly cheesesteak, now just $1.99. Try the new Philly cheesesteak sandwich, just $1.99 for a limited time, only at Hardee's. Hardee's, America's best-tasting biscuits. Now get 2 Hardee's made-from-scratch steak biscuits for just $2. 2 for $2 for a limited time.
Made fresh from scratch, just like Mama did.
No matter what you need, you can count on dependable, long-lasting Chevy trucks. Now, make your money count on a 2001 Chevy Silverado half-ton extended cab with as low as 1.9% APR financing, giving you $26.07 in average finance savings. That's 1.9% APR. So make your money count during the year-end event at your local Chevy dealer now.
If you're fond of your Honda, come to Discount Auto Parts. We've got thousands of car and truck parts in every store, so you can do your civic duty. Discount Auto Parts.
When I need parts for my family car, I go to Discount Auto Parts. They've got all the car and truck parts I need and lots of convenient locations. If you want to save time and money, make a pit stop at Discount Auto Parts, the place to start when you need parts.
Introducing the new Insider Pizza from Pizza Hut. It's like having a pizza inside a pizza. You get more cheese, more crust, and it's packed inside an already outrageous pizza. It's one thin crust piled with 6 cheeses, then sealed with another thin crust and even more cheese. So, how do we get it all in? Hey, we're Pizza Hut. We put cheese in places you never dreamed of. Just $9.99 for a one topping. Or get loads of your favorite toppings. Only $2 more for a Supreme or Meat Lovers. The Insider Pizza from Pizza Hut. Another one of the best pizzas under one roof.
I'm John Lynch, and you're watching the Bucks on Fox 13.
This is Troy Aikman. He donates his time to the United Way by spending time with kids in his community.
Right.
He takes volunteering seriously.
So far, this has been unacceptable. All right, we're going to go I right jet, scat right, 068 F hook swing. All right? So everybody got that? All right, I'll tell you what we're going to do then. Everybody's going to go long, all right? Except you, Julio, you're blocking.
Very seriously.
Come on, let's quit goofing off. We haven't got to play right all day.
Kurt Menefee, Brian Baldinger back with you at Raymond James Stadium, where the Buccaneers have a 20-0 lead over the Cowboys. Nice shirt, by the way.
Hey, you too.
All right, the Cowboys, so far in this first half, we can say it's been all Buccaneers, but it's really been more what the Cowboys have done to themselves, more so than what the Buccaneers have done.
You're right. I mean, just the fundamentals of the game right now, catching the ball on kickoffs, punts have been a problem for the Cowboys, and simple tackling of Warrick Dunn gets loose for a long touchdown run. The Cowboys haven't done the basics well.
Well, the Cowboys had 3 turnovers in the first half, but it wasn't all turnovers. That's the opening kickoff. Jason Tucker bobbled it.
And it gave great field position to the Buccaneers. They got 10 points off of their turnovers. And then the interception here by Brian Kelly off the tip ball. Pretty easy 17 points for the Bucs at that point. And then the pressure is going to get to Troy Aikman here if you don't step up there and give him a lot of time. Down 20-0. He has to.
We talk about the Cowboys and their miscues. I guess you could say it's been cues by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because they have truly taken advantage of them all.
Well, they have, and I think that's one of the signs of this Tampa Bay team is that contributions can come from anywhere. But I think one thing that always shows up in this team when they play well is their speed, their team speed, and covering those punts and covering those kicks and getting down on the loose ball is a result of speed. And then the interception off the touchdown off the interception, result of speed.
Well, the bad news probably for the Cowboys is that the Buccaneers will have the ball first to start the second half. Micah Norris set to kick off to Frank Murphy, who's in uniform for the first time this season with the Buccaneers. He's going to get his first touch of the ball.
Well, Aaron Stecker got injured last week in the opening kickoff against Buffalo, so he gets an opportunity to return kicks now.
Murphy makes the grab at the 8. Spins his way out to the 32-yard line. Nice return of 24 yards. Warrick Dunn, who had a nice first half, 113 yards rushing on just 8 carries, much of it coming on his first carry, 70 yards in the score.
Way too easy for the 4th-year player out of Florida State. Ran away from the entire team there. And I mean, one thing about Warrick Dunn is it's hard to get a hit on him. He's like grabbing Jell-O, you know. I mean, you squeeze him, he's going to come out of someplace. Dangerous in the open field. And hard to find.
Buccaneers will begin the second half from the 32-yard line. Sean King 4 of 7 passing in the first half for just 27 yards. Quick pass, Keyshawn Johnson with the grab. Going to pick up 4 yards on the play. Pardon me. He's going to lose a yard. Excuse me. Looking the wrong way. So you look at the first half stats.
The points off the turnovers is the big key. And then, you know, this Cowboy defense has given up big yards all year long on the ground. It started the opening game of the season against Deuce Staley, but 129 rushing yards for the Bucs, 70 of it on one play.
So after the 1 yard loss, it's 2nd and 11. Johnson and Green both at the bottom of the screen as receivers. The handoff instead to Warrick Dunn. Warrick Dunn with 9 yards on the carry. Greg Myers with the tackle.
The thing about Dunn is how patient he is as a runner. Really allows his blockers to set up. And runners are patient in this league because they know they have the ability to burst. And when you have the burst, it's like the luxury item. So you can sit there, you can kind of dart in, dart out. And again, nobody gets a really clean hit on him. And that's one thing that you know about Warrick Dunn is can he hold up at 170 whatever pounds they are? But when you're not getting hit real hard like that, you have a chance of surviving.
Dunn out of the game. Robbie Abdullah in on 3rd and short. They need 2 yards. Abdullah going to fight. Going to be close. He needed to get out to the 42-yard line for the first down. Izell Reese stopped him somewhere between the 41 and 42. Looks like he's going to be about a half-yard short, but they're going to bring out the sticks for a measurement.
Robbie Abdullah was running behind Charles Kirby, the fullback, taking over those duties of Mike Allstott in short yardage situation. Had a pretty good block on Greg Myers, the safety that time.
Abdullah having a nice afternoon. Came into this game with only 2 carries all season for 1 yard. He's got 3 for 14. Although he's that much short of the first down here.
Keyshawn up at the top here in the short yardage situation. He's become combined decoy and blocker in this offense, just about as much as anything.
Considering they signed him to an 8-year, $56 million contract when he came here in the trade with the Jets, and gave up, 2 first-round picks for him.
Well, when,
a lot for a decoy and a blocker.
When they signed him, you know, the NASDAQ was way up. Amazon.com had a lot of value. Now, all of a sudden, Amazon.com doesn't have a lot of value. But he will. I mean, if they're going to make a playoff run, they've got to get Keyshawn involved. They need a playmaker. You never have too many on offense.
Mark Royals on the punt. Wayne McGarity, the deep man for the Cowboys. At the 19. Swarm. Don Davis wraps him up immediately after the 40-yard punt. Nothing on the return.
Every year at this time, folks at Southwest Airlines get together to cook dinner at the Ronald McDonald House.
Request clearance for landing.
It's a special home where families can stay while their seriously ill children undergo treatment at a nearby hospital. The Ronald McDonald Houses are Southwest Airlines' primary charity. Thanks to your support, these children receive a special gift every day of the year, a gift of hope. From our families to yours, happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, Herb.
And a Merry Christmas to you, too.
Announcing a breakthrough in pizza technology. A pizza inside a pizza. To demonstrate how much we can pack inside Pizza Hut's new Insider, we're going to take these 4 giant sumos and pack them inside this photo booth. How cozy. How do we get it all in?
Well, we took one thin crust with 6 cheeses, sealed it with another crust, and even more cheese. And that's the amazing new Insider Pizza, all for just $9.99.
Say cheese.
The Insider Pizza from Pizza Hut. Another one of the best pizzas under one roof.
Did you ever see that movie, You've Got Mail? Where this guy and girl fall in love emailing each other a bunch of times? Anyway, they finally meet face to face, and there's this big romantic kiss. Do you know the movie I'm talking about? Did you ever see that one? Well, this guy didn't. Ford F-Series Super Duty. Built Ford tough.
Ladies and gentlemen, check it out, Joe. Back by popular demand. Check it out, Joe. On the quiz. Once again.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Ford F-Series. The best-selling trucks are built Ford tough.
Back here in Tampa Bay, where the Buccaneers own a 20-0 lead. Cowboys with their first possession of the second half. Starting at the 17-yard line. Emmitt Smith back in the game. Probably wishes he weren't. Shelton Quarles gets him after a 2-yard pickup. Hey, America's Fastest Sports is now coming to Fox. Starting in February 2001, Fox Sports and FX are the places to turn for every pitch, stop, lap, and checkered flag. It all begins this February with the 43rd running of the Great American Race, the Daytona 500. Fox Sports and FX, the new homes of NASCAR.
Well, and you know, NASCAR is all about speed, and so is this Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. And they're getting them into good situations right now. Second and long for the Cowboys when the Bucs start to turn it loose.
A little shovel pass to Emmitt Smith, breaks a tackle, and Emmitt gets enough yards for the first down. 11 yards on the play for Mr. Smith.
And it looks like he's having a pretty good time. I mean, the scoreboard doesn't tell it, but he's not having a bad game in here, bad game at all on this shovel pass right here. Pretty good execution. Emmitt takes it out the back door. It was supposed to go to the left, but he saw an opening to the right, and that's really been Emmitt's best, you know, as good a weapon as he has in this league is his vision. Always carrying that ball in the left hand. Using the right hand as a weapon.
He carries it in the left hand again, out to the 37-yard line. A gain of 6. Damian Robinson brings him down. Cowboys have had trouble putting the ball in the end zone. You see the last 33 drives, which covers 2 games and half today. Only 1 touchdown scored by the offense.
Yeah, you're right, Kurt. I mean, they go back last week and they kicked 3 field goals in the first half. They were shut out against the Baltimore Ravens. It's been tough finishing drives, and that's where they missed their playmakers. Guys that they brought in like Galloway and Ismail that can make a play for them.
Michael Wiley now into Emmitt Smith. Quick pass, incomplete. Intended for James McKnight. We send it out to L.A. and James Brown for an update.
Speaking of intentions, Kurt and Brian, take a look at Kurt Warner in the red zone. Throws the pass. No, it was not intended for Jimmy Hitchcock. Second pick of the game thrown by Warner. 88-yard return for the score by Hitchcock. 7-3 Carolina over St. Louis in the third. Kurt and Brian.
Well, how about the Rams having only 3 points in the third quarter with the return of Kurt Warner?
Obviously, Kurt coming back after that 6 weeks rusty.
Carolina seemed to have their number. They were the first team to beat it. On third down, Dallas has to get to the 41. Aikman dancing around, completes it. Jason Tucker with the catch gets the first down into Buccaneer territory. A gain of 15.
Troy holding his breath in that pocket that time, getting great protection, knowing that he's going to be swarmed. Nice jump here by Sapp, almost beating the snap that time. But Troy just hanging in there a bunch amongst a lot of pass rushers right in his face. Able to keep his vision down the field, finds Jason Tucker.
First down from the Buccaneers, 47. Aikman going up top. He's got a man. James McKnight, penalty markers down. McKnight was wide open. Damian Robinson, I believe, was the man on the coverage early.
Rondé Barber is going to get called here.
Did Barber?
Yeah, we had an illegal contact in the first half, which was the first of the year. For the Tampa Bay, it's going to be the second penalty on the secondary today.
Illegal contact. Defense. 20. 5 yards. First down.
It was Rondé Barber.
Well, here it is. I mean, right now, McKnight, who has a good burst of speed, Rondé Barber never thinking that he's going to go past him. And that's what happens when you don't start throwing the football down the field. Corners start sitting on you. That's why you have to stretch the field in this league. You've got to take your shots deep. Otherwise, corners like Barber are going to just sit on you. And then they get surprised when you go by him.
After the penalty, ball at the 42-yard line. Emmitt Smith caught in the backfield. Derek Brooks drops Emmitt for a loss of 1, showing why he was the defensive player of the month.
Derek Brooks.
This guy is as good a linebacker as there is in football.
Yeah, and this defense is catered to him. This gap right here in the middle of this defensive line is as big as there is in the NFL. It's so inviting to take it in there, except Brooks is so fast at reading it. Brooks, who's always under control, patiently in the very patient in the shuffle, is sitting right on top of him.
Emmett Smith played against him in high school at Pensacola, said he was that fast when he was a sophomore. Quick pass, Damon Hodge with the grab. The rookie free agent out of Alabama State. 8-yard pass play.
I think you got to work on these corners, Kurt. I mean, I always believe that. I always believe that when they give you a lot of softness and they give you a cushion, you got to make them come up and play it. And if they're not going to take those slants away from you, you got to keep coming back to it.
Cowboys' longest completion in the last 2 weeks, just 18 yards. And that was a pitch and catch. So they haven't been stretching the defense much. They need to here on 3rd and 3. They've got to get to 32 for the first. Aikman gets rid of it, hit immediately, and the ball falls incomplete. Wayne McGarity, his intended receiver, but Aikman was leveled right after he got rid of the ball by Anthony McFarland.
I think they're in 4-down territory right here, down 20-0. They have to go for it on 4th down. Here's the relentless pressure, this time from McFarland, who's been outstanding in his 2nd season. 6.5 sacks already for McFarland this year. But more important than sacks to this defense is pressures. Pressures like you just saw there, forcing Aikman to throw a bad ball.
On 4th down and 3, once again, they need the 32-yard line. Michael Wiley in it, running back. Aikman dumps it off to Wiley out of the backfield. He's running, gets the first down. Forced out of bounds by Chidi Ahanotu, but he picked up 3.5 and got the Cowboy first.
Wiley, a pretty good safety valve on that play. Chidi Ahanotu, the defensive end's going to drop out here and is going to cover him. You don't see that much. Defensive ends dropping and then running almost stride for stride with the tailback. That's the type of speed this team has.
As you mentioned, Wiley, another young guy getting an opportunity to show what he could do. Their 5th-round pick out of Ohio State.
Well, here's the Cowboys driving again, but they drove at the end of the first half, missed a field goal, and they're moving the football here again
from the 31. Aikman going up top. Boy, a little confusion there. Ball intended for James McKnight. McKnight stopped running.
Safety valve for that time for Troy Aikman is Larry Allen, who pulls out. Going this way to his right. He's going to be set up shop right in front of Troy. But Sapp got such quick penetration against Ben Fricky in there that Allen never had a chance to even see him. This shot was right on Troy's knees, too. AstroTurf, you probably get that foot stuck underneath and you can't get it out in time.
Beauty of natural grass.
Yeah.
Falls simply for an incompletion. Aikman still in there on 2nd and 10. Jackie Harris in motion. Aikman out of the backfield. That's Robert Thomas, the fullback. He can't haul it in. Falls incomplete.
Sure, you mentioned that the Cowboys' longest completion the last 2 weeks was 18 yards to James McKnight. And I think right here, I mean, you got to take a shot deep. 2nd down, you have to take a shot deep. 3rd down right here, you got to start looking towards the end zone.
That's the 4th drop of the day by the Cowboy receivers. Aikman 12 of 24 passing, 101 yards and an interception.
Coaches start rubbing that forehead like that, like Dave Campo. They're trying to search for answers.
Damon Hodge goes in motion. They need the 21 for the first. Aikman going that way, gets the first down and then some. James McKnight down to the 15-yard line, a gain of 16 and another Dallas first down. Cowboys with their deepest penetration of the day.
Nice, again, nice protection by this Cowboy offensive line. You see McKnight just sitting down in the hole here. Runs the corner off that time, or the safety off that time, Dexter Jackson, who's in there right now, and the nickelback. Found a nice window of opportunity and hit it.
Emmitt Smith flipped a few tackles, gets positive yardage all the way down to the 6-yard line. John Lynch with the tackle, but 10 more yards for Emmitt.
Let's watch Larry Allen pull out this time, and the speed is a blur to him. He's going to get out here, but Brooks is going to run right underneath him. He's going to miss him again here. He said he had to try to run under control. Brooks is so tight coming off the C gap, off the defensive end. But Troy, Emmett right there, nice patience, allowing Brooks to pass him and then taking it inside.
They're going to bring this out for a measurement to make sure he got the first down. And he did. It'll be first and goal from the 6. Emmett was 65 yards rushing on 15 carries, needed 93 coming into this game to get 1,000 on the season.
This area of the field where you love to find a tight end, Kurt.
Something the Cowboys have not done a lot of this season.
Got both LaFleur and Harrison here on the right side. The power right formation.
14th play of the drive. First and goal from the 6. Emmitt Smith. Nowhere. Picks up 2 yards. John Lynch in on the tackle, along with Rondé Barber.
You'd love to be able to run the football down here, and if you've got a guy like Allen at left guard, you want to pull him and put some power up into the hole. Again, you're going to see Allen here. Just a lot of traffic inside, but just the size of his body there creates just a little bit of a lane.
Dave Campo relying on his old veterans to try and get the Cowboys on the scoreboard. Emmett alone in the backfield. Second and goal from the 4. Robert Smith, the fullback, spreads out wide to the right. Emmett gets the carry, though, into the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas Cowboys.
The nice job of spreading him out, Kurt, and then hitting Emmett right up the middle behind Ben Fricky. The new center taking over for Stepnowski. Here's the spread formation. You're going to take Robert Thomas out this way, opening up a big area there in Tampa Bay. Good trap play that time by Larry Allen. Again, running right behind Allen on the trap.
The NFL's career rushing touchdown leader adds another to his repertoire.
There's under his left arm off the field, too.
The extra point. Tim Cedar gets it, and the Cowboys march 82 yards in just under 7 minutes to get their first score of the game and cut it to 13.
Introducing the Live Life on the Edge side of Ford Outfitters. Outfitting you with the most far-reaching sport utilities on Earth. Ford Outfitters. No boundaries.
There is no danger, however, as the satellite's now expected to smash into Quasi, an uninhabited part of the Australian outback. Scientists say that
Do you, Yahoo?
She will always remember Christmas 2000. How is up to you. A diamond is forever.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Emmitt Smith trying to become just the second man to have 1,000 yards 10 consecutive seasons, and only the third in history to rush for 15,000 in a career. Close to both those milestones today, or with a shot at him at least.
Not bad for a guy that everybody said was too slow and too small to play in this league, huh, Kurt?
Drafted out of the University of Florida.
I remember just talking to him yesterday. He said he's so frustrated because they're not throwing the ball to him this year. And he thinks that he can be a great weapon coming out of the backfield, and I agree with him.
Micah Noor with the kickoff. Frank Murphy taking it at the 2-yard line.
Watch out.
Not going to get covered farther. Wrapped up by Chris Brazel. The Cowboys suddenly springing to life, down 20-7, stopping the Bucs deep in their own territory.
Scientists announced today the discovery of a new element. They're calling it turbonium. El turbonio es único. The addition of turbonium to the periodic table of elements was elements. Its electrons traveling at a rate of speed. En la física cuántica. But practical applications are still... Turbonium.
Turbonium.
Back to you, John.
It's back.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Applebee's You Pick 2. Get any 2 of 4 American favorites on one big plate. Choose from sizzling Cajun sirloin, succulent garlic-crusted shrimp, barbecue chicken, or riblets with a tangy sauce too good for any napkin. Right now, you pick 2. For a taste as American as Applebee's. For a tasteful gift, pick Applebee's gift certificates.
54-yard field goal. 5 seconds left. Their season all comes down to this. Here's the snap. The kick is up. It's got the distance. It's good. It's good. It's all over.
Philips Digital Recorder with TiVo, pauses live TV, and a lot more.
A missing child returns after 10 years.
He's a kid who materialized out of thin air unaged.
How can that be possible?
It's medically impossible.
But will a family's miracle
There are very powerful forces at work here.
be a gift from hell? The X-Files. All new at 9/8 Central tonight on Fox.
George Hegeman now in at left tackle, the former Cowboy. In that rotation with Pete Pearson, they kind of alternate series. Right now, it's Hegeman's turn on first down from the 7. Warwick Dunn fights his way out for a 6-yard pickup. Darren Hambrick with the tackle.
Well, George Hegeman's in there, and he's sort of a more of a run-blocking guy at left tackle. Pete Pearson better at pass protection down here in their end of the zone. They'd love to be able to run the football out of here. But regardless, it's taken 2 guys here in this Tampa Bay offense to replace Paul Gruber, who they honored at halftime for a great dozen years of service here. Some good years, some bad years, but steady at left tackle for Tampa for a dozen years.
Warwick Dunn with the carry again. Out to the 18-yard line, a gain of 5.
Yeah, at halftime today, Paul Gruber was honored with his family in front of the Raymond James Stadium. There's Paul right here. Got his kids over here, some little Grubers that don't look so little. Met him before the game. They got some of his father's genetics. A guy that thought about coming back and trying to play another year this year, and Tony Dungy was welcoming him back, but physically just wasn't able to do it.
On first down, Warwick Dunn spins free. Out to the 30-yard line, a gain of 12, and penalty markers down on the play.
Grabbed the little guy's face mask to bring him down that time.
Warwick Dunn's career high, 130 yards. He's got 146 right now at this 12-yard run stance.
Face mask, defense, number 47, 5 yards, first down.
And it does. Ryan McNeil called for the face mask. So a new career rushing high for Warwick Dunn.
And I love Warwick Dunn. He's one of my favorite players in this league because he does it with such heart. And he never stops believing that he can be a full-time back, carry it 20 times a game. And who can argue with these kind of moves? There's the face mask that time by McNeil. A lot of defensive penalties by the Cowboys today.
They add 5 yards onto it, so the ball's at the 35-yard line. Dunn going to lose a yard on that career high.
Like he's greased up with Vaseline here. I mean, you can't grab him. You're in the back. First of all, you can't see him. Then if you can see him, you can't grab him. And then if you do grab him, you got to grab something that you can actually hold on to, like a face mask.
Just hold on and ride.
Yeah.
It's about the only way they can get him down this afternoon.
You know, last year he had a lot of different injuries, Kurt, and it was frustrating for him. He'd never been injured at Florida State in high school and didn't really know how to handle it. This year, much healthier and looking strong for the stretch run.
Sean King rolling out. Throws the ball out of bounds, incomplete. Jaquez Green, the nearest receiver. Sean King just 5 of 9 on the day for 26 yards passing. And, you know, The Buccaneers won last week, but they only had 66 net yard passing. The week before they lost in Chicago, only had 91 yards passing. So getting the ball through the air has been a problem, not just to Keyshawn.
No question about it. And Sean, looking at the play calls on his arm, and a lot of people thought it was the 31 points they scored last week was because Warren Sapp kind of shook some things up, saying that they had to get some things straight in the offensive game planning. But really, offensively, they didn't play great last week. They just didn't turn the ball over and beat themselves. That's the best thing they did.
They've got to get to the 45 for the first down here. King flushed out of the pocket, throws in the direction of Keyshawn Johnson. Ball's incomplete. Ryan McNeil in there to bust it up.
Look, it's 20-7 in this game, and